Hi, my name is James, and welcome back to Storytime with James. Make sure you like, subscribe, and leave me a comment if you like. All right, this one is called I'm So Glad. Yes, I'm so glad that I met my wife, that I finally met somebody that I was compatible with, that that I wanted to stay with, because I had got during 2000, well, 2020, when the pandemic hit. you know i was uh I was kind of fed up with women here, dating women and stuff like that. I was really fed up. I was fed up with the lies, the cheating, the the arguing, the deception, all of this. So I just wrote them all off. I just wrote them off, scratched it off. Wrote them all off. Because I would when I would get with a woman up here, it always ends in disaster or something like that. Or I would find something out or something like that. I don't like that, because I works hard, you know, and you meet women and they then all of a sudden you spend money and stuff like that. You always spend money on fast food. They never cook or nothing like that. Never cook. And they barely clean up when they at home, you know. So that's it. I gave up on them, you know. So if I thought about like uh going to Mexico or something like that, but then one day I was online, then I met my wife, you know, and we started talking. We started talking, and then we never stopped talking since then. We never stopped talking since we started in 2020. We never stopped talking. So then I finally made my way out to the Philippines, and I fell in love with the Philippines. So that was it then. But it was a sketchy road on before I met her, because I would find myself like wondering how what I was gonna do, wondering which woman was I gonna choose. Man, it was terrible, man. Excuse me. Yeah. Then I met my wife, so it was a little bit better then. It was better then. At least I had somebody to talk to, that was down with what I wanted to do. And if you treat me with dignity and respect, I'm going to treat you with dignity and respect. You know, I didn't know nothing. Know that we were going to be together until we kind of got into our first little spat. When we got into our spat, we worked through it. We worked through it. Where women here, every time we get into an argument, we would be mad at each other for maybe a couple of weeks. You know, 2 or 3 weeks. You know, We'd be mad and not talking to each other and stuff like that. Or somebody would leave and then you come back, then you question. You got questions then. When you break up and you leave each other for a while, then come back together, then you got questions, you know. Who's you with? Who's you with? Who is you with? Who is you with? Who is you with? Who is you with? You know. Yeah. Yeah, that was crazy though. But since we got together, we haven't parted since then. Yeah, sure we got into arguments and stuff like that, but it never goes past an hour or something like that before we be laughing and joking with each other, you know. That's what I call true love, you know. True love, you know. Just letting it go. Like if you argue with each other, you just let it go. When you come to loggerheads, somebody's got to back up, or somebody got to give up and say, "Hey, okay, forget this. This ain't worth it. This ain't worth it." But it don't always got to be me. It don't have to be me, you know. Sometimes it's you too. You got to give up sometimes too. So it's not just one person giving up, but the but other party have to give bend sometimes too. So you both got to bend to be together. But you know, if you bending the other way, no, it ain't gonna work. Both of y'all got to bend. Both of y'all got to give a little.
Oh yeah.
But it was a little harder with me and my wife because we were in different cultures, you know. But imagine with a woman that's in my culture, you know. They always had problems, you know. They had problems, you know. So, mm, mm, mm. But I'm glad I met my wife, you know, because actually I was kind of getting lonely, you know, alone by myself. Every time we have an event or something like that, I didn't have nobody to call my own, you know. Didn't have nobody to call my own, you know. But now I do, you know. I got somebody who's mine and nobody else's. Nobody else's. And that's a good feeling, you know, because who wants to argue with somebody? Who wants to steady argue every other day, get into an argument about something, or they want some money, or they want to go somewhere. They want to go hang with the women and they with they women friends and stuff. And when you tell them, say, "Hey, I don't want you to go today," and they get mad at you, you know. Mm-mm. No, yeah, I'm glad I don't have to go through that again. Now I can ride my life out, you know. That's why I married my wife because we had the same things in mind. We both wanted somebody that we didn't have to break up with and start all over with somebody else, you know. Yeah. So yeah, because man, that's terrible. That's terrible, especially if you be together for like 3 years or 4 years and then break up and then have to start all over again. Got to start over knowing somebody, getting to know people, getting to know their personalities and stuff like that. That's not good, man. That's what I got tired of. I got tired of starting all over again and have to learn their attitudes, learn what make them mad and everything like that. When you can get one person, stick with it, and then just work everything out. I don't know, man. But yep, that was the year I had got fed up. Oh, excuse me. I am tired, you guys. Very tired. Well, I'm gonna wrap this up, but I just want to say I'm truly glad to have my wife by my side. So when I go back, I'm gonna try to make sure that I stay. Yeah. All right, you guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, and leave me a comment if you like. And hit that bell notification. Hit that bell notification so that you know every time I drop another video. And share, share, share. Share my videos with your family. Share my videos with your friends. Share my videos with your loved ones. And even share it with your enemies. Adios. Salamat.
Salami, baby.